Good afternoon. Welcome to Downtown Topeka Rotary. I'm Mark DeGraff, your past president. Boy, it feels good to say that. Please stand and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. We do have one new member application to read her name this week and next week. And Sandra, if you're here, please stand. Sandra Brown is a pastor at First Presbyterian Church. Let's give her a warm downtown welcome. Thank you, Sandra. We're excited about your application. So if you don't think that this is a fun community or an exciting community or just a little bit weird, you missed the 911 call yesterday that a pig was loose in the 1300 block of 21st Street, right here in Topeka. I mention that because I'm really excited about the next year, and I think we do live in exciting times, and this is a fun community. If you don't think or don't understand the power of Rotary, you need to remember that our cup money from June went to the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And that was just, so our $400 was just matched with a grant for more than $225,000. So not only am I excited and looking forward to a fun next year, but I think your great leadership team has some plans to harness the power of Rotary for this club, for this community, and for you. And with that, please give my good friend and your president, Joanie Underwood, a warm Downtown Topeka Rotary welcome.
Okay. So a year ago, Mark was up where I am, and he gave just this very powerful, dynamic speech. And I thought to myself, I'm never going to be able to do that. And so throughout the year, Mark has provided good leadership and has done a wonderful, wonderful and supportive job for me and our club in transitioning from his year to our year. And I'm grateful for that. So you get a little gift, and I'll pass this on. I think you'll need this.
Thank you.
Well, show it.
Show them. I don't know. I might just drink the whole bottle. It is a wine stopper.
It's not just a wine stopper.
From Rotary.
It's a world globe of Rotary. Because we know the theme this year is Rotary connects the world.
It does.
Here you go.
Hey, thank you.
Chris, thank you. Oh my, went too far. The other way. That's what I did. This is just a great film that you got to see. There you go. Here he comes. He greeted me when I came in and took him. electronics is not my strength. They even trained me before the meeting started. Okay, good afternoon. So, the 2019-2020 Rotary International theme is Rotary Connects the World. Our club has been around for over a century, and I think you can see by all the flags on the back of each one of our chairs that we have indeed connected with the world. There are over 35,000 clubs and 1.2 million Rotarians and you working together to make a difference, have an impact, to make the world smile. Indeed, many of the guests gathered with us today exemplify our connections in the community and the world. Please give a special welcome once all have been introduced. We have two special guests from the community today. Hal Smith, he's the pastor of Oakland Church. Al, would you please stand up? And guess what? You get to stay standing. And Larry Woolgast, past mayor, I guess today, and you get to stand with him. I have three very special people here today that are members of Kansas leadership. Two of them were with me and my team at Leadership Edge in Johnson County, and they came from long distances. Kirsten Allen, who's a Rotarian from Southeast Kansas, and Fabian Shepard, and my leadership coach, Irene Caballero. There are also three very special local Rotarians here for me today. Topeka South members, Jenna Lee Randall, who's the president of South Club, and Brenda Dietrich and Lori Rowe, who are also members of South and are here to support me today. I'm very appreciative. And I have to greet Colette. Where are you, Colette? Somewhere. She made, Colette and her husband were very good and kind to me when I first started Rotary. So you get to stand up. We have a special guest from Rotary International Foundation in Chicago, Eric Thompson. He is Major Gifts Liaison. Thank you all for connecting with us and coming today. Have some special people that really talk about how we connect with the world outside of our relative community. And that are the people that have worked with the Rotary Youth Exchange. Todd Payne, Mary Kay Major Kurth, and Jennifer Paciano are host parents for Sophie. You guys all get to stand up too. Sophie is from Austria and has been with us almost a year, and she leaves next week. So we're sad about that, but glad you could be here for this exciting day. And Gianna Ross served as Sophie's counselor and is our club's youth exchange coordinator. You'll get to know Gianna. It used to be David Beck that was always trying to recruit us to have a kid in our home. Now it'll be Gianna. David was graduated and he's now doing that for district. I also would like you to meet exchange hosts extraordinaire, Lynette and David Beck. And they need to stand up. They have hosted five different youths from 5 different countries. And we also have our exchange student that just came back from Denmark, Zion, and she's not even staying here. She's going to go back. So, welcome home. Thank you.
Flag from Denmark.
Ah, great, thank you. Okay, it kind of looks like ours. Lastly, we talk about home. And I have a wonderful husband that can put up with my moods and my silliness, and that's Roger Underwood. And our very special granddaughter, Laurel Haley. Thank you all for being here. The mission of Rotary International and of the Rotary Club of Topeka is to provide service to others Would you believe I practiced yesterday and I'm still not? Is to provide service to others, promote integrity, and advance understanding, goodwill, and peace through our fellowship of business, professional, and community leaders. This afternoon, we are gathered together to celebrate our Rotarianism, to begin the new Rotarian year with renewed commitment to our mission. If Rotary is to continue to make a difference, to have an impact in the world and our community, we as Rotarians must join together, regardless of race, language, beliefs, sex, age, or position. When we come together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. This past year, our club, with the leadership of Gina Millsap, and Gina is here today, and Marie Pico, who wasn't able to be here, completed a strategic planning process. And earlier this week, the board passed the 3-year strategic plan with 2 important goals. You'll see it on your tables, and it says draft, but it was just passed 2 days ago. We'll talk more about the goals a little later. But first, I thought I would introduce to you this year's leadership team, who will be guiding the implementation of the strategic plan. They have been phenomenal and hardworking already. The executive committee includes Stan Martindale as president-elect, Marie Pico, vice president and program chair, Edie Sneathan, secretary and district grant coordinator, Kathleen Marker, treasurer, Mark DeGroff, past president, Russ Cobb, sergeant of arms. This is the executive team, and they've been working hard for about 6 months now, so let's give them a hand. The board includes Joan Wagnon, Rotary Club of Topeka Foundation Chair, Yana Ross, who's International Service and Kansas Leadership Coordinator, Vince Fry, Communications, Deborah Ricks, Club Administration, Lee Morris, Youth Service Committee, including Interact and RILA, Brian Falk, Fundraising, Nicole Ravenaugh, Membership, and Jeanette Wines, Community Service. Rehan Riza is Member at Large, and we have 2 ex officio board members that include Roger Asherman as Chairman of Rotary International Foundation, and Stu Ince as reviser of bylaws. Assisting the board and you is our administrative assistant, Linda Ireland. And back to the strategic plan and goals. The first goal is the Rotary Club of Topeka will strengthen the club by increasing engagement, participation, diversity, and giving. 5 committees are providing leadership and direction for us to meet this goal. The 5 committees are Communication, led by Vince Fry, Rotary Club Local Foundation, led by Joan Wagner, Rotary International Foundation, led by Roger Asherman, Fundraising, led by Brian Falk, and Membership Committee, Nicole Revenaugh, with assistance from the past President's Council. Nicole will describe to you the plans for membership. Nicole?
I don't shout loud enough.
Thank you, everyone. I'll be brief. I'd like to first thank Joanie for this opportunity to serve as the membership chair this year. She's already got me going full speed, even though we're just now starting today. So first I want to introduce my committee and thank them in advance for taking a chance on me, because one of the things we're doing is developing our own kind of mini strategic plan for membership over the next couple of years. So without a whole lot of this is what we're going to do, just more of a goal of what we want to accomplish, these folks have signed on to help this year, and so I'd like to recognize them. Anita Wolgass will be helping with orientation. Larry Goronsky, if he's here, not here today. Grace Morrison, Lee Morris, Stefania Caraccioni, Allison Marker, Cody Fredrickson, and Carolyn Orion Jordan. So if you can help me in thanking them for being on our committee this week. As far as our goals, I'll be pretty direct, and I'll start with the excellent news and looking at, I'm a data person, so the first thing I said is, Linda, how do I see what's going on in Rotary and how our membership's doing? And we have an over 93% retention rate as a club, which is phenomenal. That's the great news. So the first job is that we don't want to mess that up. We want to keep the members happy, keep them here, and keep them coming back to Rotary each week. The news that to me is more informative as to where we're heading as a club is that frankly we're aging. We have less than 10 members under the age of 40. Yes. So I think the goal is obvious. We're going to be looking to, and also the ratio right now is 2-to-1 male to female. So this isn't going to be rocket science. What we're looking to do is diversify, to add more women, to add more young professionals, to really vamp up a corporate membership structure and a cost-based structure that allows young professionals to be able to afford to come into our club, and then basically once they're buy-in, they can become full members or be able to afford the full membership dues, and then work with corporations to get sponsorships to help some of those young professionals get into the club and things like that. So I'm looking forward to implementing those things and developing a plan with our team. If any of you have ideas or leads on new members fitting into those categories, please let us know. And that's not meant to exclude any new member who wants to join, obviously. This is just going to be kind of our targeted and focused effort over the next couple of years, is to help diversify our group, bring our average age down quite a bit, and start looking at the leadership of the future, because that's what you have to start growing now for even 10, 15, 20 years from now. And then finally, one of Joanie's ideas that we're going to implement is going to be the new member table. That will be at every meeting. So we're encouraging anyone who's a board member, a past president, serving on a committee, involved in any sort of leadership in Rotary, when you see that new member table and there's new people sitting there or prospective members sitting there, please join in at that table and help them feel welcome, answer their questions about Rotary, and help them feel more engaged as they're starting their Rotarian journey with us. And with that, I will thank you and get out of here.
When I first asked Nicole if she would be chairman of the membership committee, she reminded me that she was at the other end of the continuum that I'm at. So I think she'll be providing us some good leadership. Also, Nicole, we as a club want to congratulate you for being selected to be in the William Jules Sports Hall of Fame. Goal 2 is the Rotary Club of Topeka will increase impact of club service projects by addressing community needs, integrating services with the community, and determining the impact of services provided. The leaders in this endeavor include Lee Morris, Youth Services Committee Chair, along with Interact leaders Angel Zimmerman and Jeremy Snowden. Yana Ross is responsible for international services in the Rotary Youth Exchange Program. Edie Sneathan coordinates the district grants. Jeanette Weens, as Community Services Chair, will share with you the approach and services the club will be doing this coming year. Jeanette?
Good afternoon. First and foremost, I want to recognize members that are on the service committee. And the members that are serving this year are the same members that served last year. So I'm deeply appreciative for their continued interest in this position with our club. So I want to recognize Wayne Pancoast. Please stand, Wayne. Robert Rafe, Carol Jordan, Cody Fredrickson, and Carrie Norberry was on the committee last year, but I'm not sure that she's here today or that she's continuing in that role this year. So thank you very much. One of the challenges that we found when we met last year was that we had some service projects that we'd been doing for a considerable length of time. We noticed that it was challenging for us to get our members involved in these, and so we thought it was a good time for us to take a look and see, are we still providing a service to our community that is having an impact and is needed? And are we providing those things that are really interesting to our members? So we developed a form throughout the year that we put out already to our community, asking different nonprofits what opportunities they needed assistance with. And we got a response from them, and that is what helped us to develop our service project calendar for this year. Saying that, I want you to know that we are continuing with the Water Festival, and Carol Jordan is our chair of that program. That will happen in September. However, the thing that you are going to notice that is missing from the calendar this year is our support of Washburn Tech and Career Days. The reason that that is no longer happening is because when we started supporting that program, we were having a positive impact and we were making a difference. And in the years that we have been supporting that, they have people at Washburn Tech that are in all of the elementary and middle schools that are kind of replacing what we were offering. And so the impact that we were having through Career Days has really been taken up and sustained by other people, to include Washburn Tech. So you're not going to see that on the calendar this year. So what we have planned for our membership are the Water Festival, September 12th, Soulmates, which is chaired by Robert. Those dates will be determined in late August or early September when Robert's had a chance to meet with the school district. Covered in Coats is chaired by Cody Fredrickson, and those dates again will be determined when Cody's had a chance to meet with the school district. We're going to do our club community blood drive. We'll do at least one of those. The dates are yet to be determined. We will be supporting the Race Against Breast Cancer on Thursday, October the 3rd, and Saturday, October the 5th. We'll again support the National Association of Letter Carriers food drive by doing some bag folding during one of our meetings and stapling the cards. And we will be supporting what is called the Serious Fun Mud Run at the Kansas Children's Discovery Center in June. Now, in addition, we're going to do some pop-up service projects as those come available throughout our community. We ended our last Rotary year by doing a pop-up service project by painting the mural on the police station. There were 12 Rotarians that participated in that. And that is what your Rotary year looks like at this point. So please, if at any time you have ideas, be sure to reach out to any members of the service committee and let us know. Thank
you. They're challenging us, so be ready to sign up and to act. It is anticipated that to meet these goals, the club will need to raise $10,000 in addition to our district grants. With the leadership of Brian Falk, we are looking at new fundraising opportunities as an individual club. In addition, with the collaboration of the other 3 Rotary clubs in Topeka, a Rotary Trivia Night fundraiser is being initiated. And we anticipate that being in February. So start thinking about who you want on your team. Achieving our strategic plan goals can position our club well for Rotary's international annual recognitions. The Rotary Presidential Citation and the Star Club designations are the 2 international recognitions that we have received in the past. Each year, the members are going to help the president learn how to work these electronic things. So we've had a successful year when a year from now, I can do it. Our club has received the Presidential Citation for many years. In addition, there's a Star Club designation if we meet or exceed $100 per capita to the Rotary International Foundation Annual Giving Fund. By accomplishing our strategic goals, we can do this. So then you're supposed to clap. Now, I am not all work and no play. So I'm sure you're wondering, is it going to be fun? Our club has enjoyed the 5th Thursday socials for the past several years. We will continue this tradition, but are renaming them the Flexible Thursday socials. We've done this to accommodate meeting space availability. The socials may be on other than the 5th Thursday. So be sure you pay attention to the weekly email so that you'll know what's happening. You will be given advance notice, so pay attention to the weekly notices. Allison Marker, with the help of new club members, Liv Sage, and Stefania Caraccioni, will plan the socials. They are open to suggestions for socials and ideas to have a good time, so please feel free to share your ideas with them. Another idea for fun came from Steve Knoll, suggesting that our club establish interest groups. Now, I don't know how many of you know Steve, but he is a wine connoisseur. And so he suggested that the first interest group we have be a wine group. I have heard rumors that he is already recruiting members to join. I'm sure he'll be telling us more about that in the future. And if you have a special interest that you think other members would, let us know. We can develop additional interest groups. A regular meeting place continues to be a challenge, and your patience is greatly appreciated. Russ Cobb, as Sergeant of Arms, is working to establish a regular meeting place with 1 or 2 alternatives. The Capitol Plaza is our go-to place, with the library and TCALC as alternatives when space is not available at the Capitol Plaza. For the first half of the year, we have at least 70% of our meetings at the Capitol Plaza. So we're making progress, and again, we appreciate your patience. As you can see, it takes vibrant, committed, and dynamic Rotarians to connect the world. Your active participation, your Rotarianism, whether it be recruiting a friend or colleague to join Rotary, sitting with a guest at the new member table, volunteering with a special project, working on a committee, mentoring, attending a district event, writing a check, or swiping a credit card, or starting a Rotary wine group. All of these make a difference, keeps us vibrant, and has an impact. You, as a Rotarian, can celebrate your Rotarianism and connect the world. Have a great afternoon, and let's hope that the closing video will work. Aren't those fun?
Reinforced.
Yay! I look forward to serving you.
The teacher and choreographer for today. And they're going to help.
So they do have dance lessons on this if you want to have some fun. Show you that later. So once again, I am very humbled to serve you this coming year. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to learning how to use electronic equipment. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching.